Hollywood Bets, Grable, that's where we go to next, and it's our Sunday race meeting. Hello everybody, welcome to Weighted to Betway's Weighted to Win. I'm with Daryl Marie and we've been working on the weekend. We're doing the Sunday show. There are 8 races to get through and we want to get the buy pot up and running. Can tell you that there's a scratching that's come through relatively early in the first. It's number 4 has been taken out, so make a note of that. With us doing it on the Friday, the first race market, there's a 9 to 10 shot via Bessay. That is the name of the horse. For Gareth Van Zyl, Atandiwe Makhudwa is riding that, and they got 4 to 1 bar that particular horse. Good enough for your buy pot, banker?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you working on Sunday, Claude. I'm around the pool now.
Well, we're working both. We're both working.
I'm busy swimming now.
Oh, on this Sunday, are you?
Yes.
Are you swimming?
Yeah.
Nice that you can,
Via
at least
Bessay.
you can swim.
Yes. Claude, he's got course experience. On his debut, he actually caught the eye, he stayed on slightly, which means he's got the bend experience. Last time out, it was good to see him show more interest early in the race. He's got more pace as he's learning. So I don't foresee any problem coming back to the 1200. Unlucky in his latest 2 starts, just been touched off on both occasions. I mean, he's ready to go close. He's got more than a maiden win in him, so an obvious bank in the buy pot. The natural danger in my mind could be number 1, Aldrak. Third run after arrest, the 1 draw, super fit now. Also coming back to the 1200, which I think will be favourable. So 3 from 1, but banker the 3 in the buy pot.
Good enough, thank you. That's all we need to hear. We'll banker that in the buy pot. Number 3, Vibe SA, should run first or second. And here's the buy pot that Daryl has worked out for the Sunday afternoon. Banker 3 now, by 6 and 13, by 5, 7, 10, by 2 and 5, by 4, 5 and 6, by 1, 2, 4, 9, 10 and 11. Second race on the card, it's a maiden plate over 1,400 metres. It's also Michael Miller I wanted to just talk to you about. He had the 1 run to date, Flight Maneuver. Just talk about the maybe the depth of the field or what it raced against. And, are you expecting improvement from? I thought that might be top of the boards. I understand Lady Greensleeves, fair, solid, good form, not out of it, must have a serious winning claim. And the other one in there we thought that must have a chance is Minogue. I'm only worried that both last form lines haven't really worked out too much, to be honest. But I just want to let's start with this of Michael Miller's. Do you give it any sort of chance?
I'll give her a chance, Clyde. I'm a little bit worried that she's been backed up quite soon. I don't know how much improvement she could have made in 7 days. She could have learned from that experience. In time to come, she could certainly win her races. I just don't think I saw enough on debut for her to win in her second start. I also think 1,400 could be a little bit short for her still. But yes, I'll give her a place chance. Let's just put it at that.
Okay.
Now, you weren't happy with something regarding Minogue last time out. I don't know what it was, but on debut, Clyde, she showed good pace, right? She was up in the vanguard from the get-go. In her second start, she was off the bit a long way from home. She was actually on that inside running rail, and when Cabello switched her out, she took off, and she would have gone close to winning if it was 100 meters further. Yeah. So now she gets that the extra distance, 200 meters further, but she's now switching to the gravel track, which is around a bend, and she still seems to be on the green side. My concern with her, I'm not too worried about the draw of 13, but just look at the horses drawn on her inside. Horses drawn 12, 11, and 10. They don't have any pace, and you don't want her to come out and be stuck behind them with no disrespect.
Yeah.
You want you want to see her, especially if you got your money on her, ahead of them. So I'd like to have a bet in running over here, is what I'm saying. But I've backed her up, Clyde, with a filly number 6, Lady Greensleeves. Now, she's very fit. I know Richard from a 6 draw is going to be on the pace, but the form line does concern me. But I think the fact that she's got the racing experience and the pace and the jockey, there's so much in her favour. And we saw that with Princess Azalea or Azaria during the week. She may not be the most talented, but just everything fell into place for her. And I think the same can happen with Lady Greensleeves over here. Like I touched on, that form line is suspect. We had a filly start at restrictive odds in her next start. She was actually a gin strike who ran unplaced. What was her name? Ocean Palace. So yeah, I've gone 13 from 6, Clyde.
Okay, that's understandable. I guess both horses are in good form. Minogue and Lady Greensleeves, they're consistent. Just worried about the form hasn't really worked out so well. And we'll see what this Hollywood Bets Gravel track does for Minogue now that she runs there. Okay, we have got, what is this, a place accumulator? Yes, place accumulator, thank you. 6 and 13, by 7 and 10, by banker 5, by 4, 5 and 6, by 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, 11, by 4, 5 and 12, by 3 and 5. So we're staying with maidens, and maiden plate this is over the 1400 meters. Daryl, let's get through it. King Pele's tops the board here at 17 to 10. You're impressed with the stable. They're doing very, very well. Garrett's having a fantastic run. Atandiwe is riding particularly well, I thought. Sean Terry's got that horse, Van Mail is 28 to 10, second choice, second favourite in the race. And is it the two match race, those two, nothing else?
I think ability-wise, yes. But being in the area with Richard Free, the experience, the pace, once again, I think he lacks in ability, but he's got a lot in his favour. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him finally get it right, Clyde.
Yeah, you've been with him you've been not the first time. You've fancied him a few times.
Yeah,
Benny. I think he's let you down, Benny, in the area. I think leave him.
That's why. I didn't exclude him from the pick 6. I put him in, Clyde.
Okay.
Number 7 put up a lovely debut. I watched his debut. He didn't quite quicken. He was just plugging away the whole way up the straight. You know, that's a test in 1200. You know what's won from that form line, Clyde, and won very, very well, is last one standing.
Yes.
Master Fuego also won from that form line, and both of them finished behind him.
Yeah.
So the form line's holding up.
Very well.
I'm just having a look at him on paper alone. Now, he's by Duke of Marmalade out of a Galileo mare. So is he going to be a 1400 meter horse in time to come? I doubt it. So that's my only reservation. The 1400 at the gravel circuit, he might be tapped for speed coming into the straight, but he'll certainly be doing his best work late, and I can see him winning. Number 10, what's it? Van Mail.
Yeah, Van Mail.
Yeah, Clyde. I thought he disappointed in his later starts. When
he was 6 to 10 or something,
yeah,
wasn't he?
Yeah, he drifted a bit. On debut, originally I didn't think it was the best fields, right? And he finished close up on debut. But then I went and had a look. I mean, first of all, Archimedes has done extremely well since exiting the maiden ranks. Viva de Janeiro won from that form line.
Correct.
Command Pilot won from that form line.
Correct.
So,
and Give Me a Diamond won from there as well.
So I think he's capable. I think the speed will be on over here, and I've backed up the favourite with number 10, Van Mail.
Okay.
So I went all of, I think, 5, 7, and 10 in the pick 6.
Okay. You're not leaving Benny in the area out of his pick 6. Okay. I think that Gareth Van Zyl's horse is the right one in the race, King Pelez, but let's see how that ends up. If it's not going to be too fast, here we go. Pick 6 is for Daryl. 5, 7, 10. By 2, 5. By 4, 5, 6. By 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, 11. By 4, 5, 12. By 3, 4, 5, and 9. You can take your phone and scan that code if you want to get that up there fairly quickly. Free Will is the favourite, number 5 on the card in the next race. It's run priced up at 5 to 2. It's another maiden plate. This the start of the jackpot. Second choice is number 10. Lady is a champ at 3 to 1. Then we got We Stock Market Bourse for Com Naidu, number 3 at 6 to 1. And Mike Miller's got number 7, Secret Summer at 7 to 1. You must have loaded up here, or what?
No.
Oh.
No need to, Clyde.
Oh, okay.
You know,
just the top
when
one.
Free Will had her second run off the rest from a bad draw, she actually caught my eye, and that's the reason why I liked her in her later start. And in that race, Clyde, she took some time to unwind in the straight, but when she found her action, I thought she was doing extremely well in the latter stages. She went past a filly called Princess Azaria, who has won indirectly since then. And she holds We Stock Market Bourse on that effort. From on what she meets over here, I think she'll get it right. In only her sixth start.
Didn't Ladies a Champ finish ahead of Princess Azaria? Is that the horse you're talking about?
Where?
In her last start, Ladies a Champ, she ran to doctor's orders.
You see, Lady is a Champ and Free Will met on that Lady Canton run. And I watched the replay, and I'm fairly convinced that she's going to reverse that form with Ladies a Champ. They have met before. So I'm actually going into this race confident with Free Will, but I didn't bank her, Clyde. You know, this mare, a 6-year-old mare, MJ Ordendale, has been keeping her in training. Last time out, I think you can just put a line through that. Prior to that, she hasn't got the worst of forms. She's got enough form to suggest she's capable to contest the finish in this division or this lineup in particular, because it is a below par maiden.
So ignore last start, eh?
Yeah, ignore last start, Clyde. I won't be surprised to see her come out running, and I'm hoping Calvin can get her into the race. If she's in the race early, I think she'll be a factor, and she will show marked improvement. So 5 from 2 for me, Clyde. Interesting.
That's the play in race number 4. Daryl is quite keen on Free Will, but I don't know, just tends to be a bit more competitive than that from just what I can hear and what it looks like. Let's see. We'll stick with Daryl, and here's his play, race 4. He's going a second pot, 2 and 5. He says those are the 2. Then 4, 5, and 6 by 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, 11 by 4, 5, and 12. It doesn't get any easier from here, as you can see. Now we're out of the maiden plates and we're into a middle stakes over 2,200 meters. Friday, which was a couple of days ago, the market had them priced up 4 to 1 the field. And the horses at 4 to 1 are Richard Ferree's ride, number 4, Vernie King, and Muzi Yeni's ride, number 5, Pirate Prince. Those appear to be the 2, but it does have that open look to it, the race, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a middle stakes. You'll have to find something that you think is well weighted in there, or best weighted, or whatever.
I actually like the best weighted, or the joint bet.
Which is
best
that?
weighted, number 5, Pirate Prince.
5, Pirate Prince.
Clyde, first run off the race last time out, he got into the race very late, staying on slightly. And you know, the furthest he's ever been is 2,000 meters in the past. And on that occasion, he won, and he was going away in the latter stages. So now that he's stepping up to 2,200, I think he's going to be suited by it. So strip fitter, definitely one for the shortlist, but in saying that, it is a tricky event. I've only backed him up with 2 other horses, so I think this is the race I'm most concerned over. Because if you do look past numbers 4, 5, and 6, you can make a case for quite a few others over here. Of Vernie King, they refitted the blinkers last time out. He actually came into the straight, looked to be traveling oh so sweet, and got on with it. But so Zura nabbed him on the line. On that occasion, he had Quantifier. What is it? Just over 2 lengths behind him, and Quantifier is 1.5 kilos better off. And I think Quantifier is going to win his races in time to come. We haven't seen the best of him yet. So 4, 5, and 6 in no particular order.
Yeah.
Let's just hope we get through this race.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's one of those. The form lines, nothing in particular, unless I've missed something, stands out in a race like this. I don't know. I'm looking as we go, and I don't think there's much. Really, I don't think there's much. So, horses. But we've got race 5. It's a second jackpot. So here's Daryl Marie, what he's deciding to do. 4, 5, and 6. He's just hoping to get through here with the Vernie King, Pirate Prince, and Quantifier. Then horses, 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, 11. Then 4, 5, 12. And then 3, 4, 5, and 9. A 216 Rand jackpot. This is a handicap, fillies and mares. We're going 1,800 meters in the race. There are a few, we looked at the jackpots, and there are quite a few horses that have to go into the play. If you don't know, number 11, Mysterious Girl, is favourite. 9 to 2 the field. That's for Yogas Govindus. Manga Kumalo, last time we looked, was there to ride it. Muzi's on number 2. Blazing Astute for Alison Wright as the second choice. And MJ's got a horse in here, 10 Leopard Lady, who's priced up as the third choice, 7-1. But this market's subject to change. Anything can start favourite. Hard race.
Yeah, Clyde, you just
Yes.
close your
Play
eyes.
roulette.
Okay, we landed on
Play the
number.
roulette.
We landed on number 4, Clyde. Princess Ozma.
What's for? Black or red in roulette? I don't know.
Red.
Is it red?
Number
Oh, you
4.
know your roulette, eh?
4 isn't green
I
black.
don't. Green, what? Isn't what? Okay, we're playing roulette. We landed on 4. No, we're not. What are we doing? We need this is a quartet that can pay money. If Daryl works it out for us, we get money out of this quartet. You just got a double float. Now, why don't you
Okay.
double float 2 10-1 shots? Take your chances. I mean,
okay.
you're good with
Princess
risks.
Ozma, can you believe this filly's down to a 70, Clyde?
Who?
Sure.
Princess Ozma.
Yeah.
Down to a 70.
She's having her peak run. Stables come right. I just think she's much better than a 70. But in saying that, she has disappointed. And, I mean, it's been close on 600
We were
days.
asking the other day, weren't we, Daryl? Does Tony Riverland had 3 winners in a day? Remember, because he was going to have that third winner. What was that horse called?
Sure, he's had many trebles.
Has he? I can't remember, to be honest. I know it's a long time.
It was Galaxy Explorer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Clyde.
But he has had a treble in a day, you say, eh?
Yeah, I'm sure
Many.
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 I wouldn't
In the
be
90s.
surprised if he's had 4.
Is it? Okay, then so what must we do with Princess Ozma, yeah?
We must throw in to all perms.
Is she going to be one of your floaters?
Yeah, I would say so. Clyde, you know, Blazing Astute last time out, she quickened up best from last, turning into the straight peak run, neat draw. It looks like she's in a good space. Last time out, I watched that replay and I said I'm going to get money with Roy's Rocker next time out because she was so badly under sufferance. And then I saw the penalty she got. She went up from a 45 to a 52. But if you just look at the weights of that race, Clyde, she comes into this event 4.5 kilograms better off with Blazing Astute. Now, I know that race was on the poly and this is on the turf, but she's got next to nothing to shoulder from a 1 draw. I saw some sign of life from her last time out.
Okay.
If she can reproduce that effort, I think she could be the upset material in this race.
So does
And then-
Mr. Blakey's claim the full 4, yeah? I see
Yes.
plus
No,
1,
3.
so he claims 3.
Claims 3, yeah.
Okay.
But
That'll help the penalty you're worried about?
yes. And then there's several others there that you have to include. I mean, the disappointing Fashion Enigma, Leopard Lady. I liked her return last time out. It was over distance, short of her best. So if she can get some luck in running, I think she'll go close. And Mysterious Girl is in good form currently. So I went numbers 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, and 11. I think Princess Ozma
Yes. The right
is
one.
primed to run a big race.
Why don't we double float 4 and 9? Fashion Enigma, I like that on its own.
No. I'm double floating 1 and 4. I'm going for a little bit of
You
a.
like that one, okay.
Yeah.
All right, 1 and 4 double floater for Daryl. I'm double floating 4 and 9 in the race. We'll go with Richard Fourie. Let's take a look at what the plan is in any event. Daryl recommending a pick 3 with 1, 2, 4, 9, 10, 11, by 4, 5, 12, by 3, 4, 5, and 9. So there's an insight into the rest of the day. This is a novice plate, 7th race on the card. Market on Friday had this horse number 1, Purple in a Ninja Turtle, priced up as favourite at 5-1. 5-1 the whole field. That's for the Mowing stable. Mr. Terry's Yard's got Longsword in here. They're at 11-2. And Mr. Muscat's got Bevy's Delight, who's priced up at 6-1. It's an interesting horse in here. I want to ask you about, Mr. Marie, if I can. And give me some sort of insight as to what you think of the horse. Time for Orchids for Alison Wright.
Yeah.
I know it hasn't run since April, but a very powerful form line. Very powerful.
Clyde,
form line.
she started off her career with a bang. She was always drawn wide. This filly has been very unlucky. She's been plagued with bad draws throughout her career. But just looking at the weights of a year, we saw that Seeking the Stars make his debut for Alison Wright, and he got the job done. He was best weighted on that occasion, and the same applies for Time for Orchids of a year. She's slung in, Clyde. She's 11 pounds or 5.5 kilograms best in
Wonderful.
over Bevy's Delight. Now listen to this.
Sure.
Barring Bevy's Delight, Time for Orchids is 26 pounds better off than anything else barring Bevy's Delight, which is 13 kilograms. So all she basically needs is luck in running from a tricky draw.
Where does she drop out? Sorry, does she come from last?
Yeah, she's going to be given a chance
then
early.
I'm not too worried. Let her run on. She can run on.
Yeah, hopefully she's trained on. I mean, she finished a length and 3/4 behind Princess Keller, Clyde. She's certainly got ability.
Okay.
Kupuliwe, number 5. He's having his first run as a gelding. There is a comment from the Hollywood Syndicate. His work has been solid and they're expecting an encouraging return. I just hope he settles this time around, because in his last 2 starts over 1400, he has been doing a bit much. So hopefully he's settled down a bit since the gelding. He'll run a nice race, Clyde. But I'm leaning towards number 4 over here, the Stable Companion, also trained by Peter Muscat. Bevy's Delight, a filly in the race. Another filly in the race. She's second best weighted, and what I like about her, and I know she's disappointed, is she races very well fresh. I think she's at her best returning from a layoff. At the weights, suggests she's a run over here. I hope she'll be given a chance and she'll be rattling home. On her day, she's capable. So I went all of 4, 5, and 12. But are you going to phone Rakesh now?
I'm going to ask him. I think it's a runner. Yes, no, he won't answer now. But 4, 5, and 12, eh? Triple floater in the quartet, maybe.
Let's do that.
Let's try that. But Daryl's got the last, this worked out for you. What's at the last double? Let's take a look at it. Yeah, 4, 5, and 12. 5, 3, 4, 5, and 9. Eighth and final Weighted to Win, Betway's Weighted to Win. We thank you all very much for joining us. Thanks to Ricky and to Dylan and Rash in the background for making the show work. And we're on to our last now. Daryl Marie's with me. It's a handicap 66. You know what he likes already because he's tipped you doubles into the last race. Market-wise, I haven't given you an update, so let me do that. Although it's probably changed by now, where Andre Nell's got this horse number 3, Buster Keaton, as the 7-2 favourite. And Alison's got number 9, Winter Waves. Alison Wright is the second choice at 4-1. You tipped 3 or 4 runners in the last double. What did you tip here?
I put 4 runners, but you know what, Clyde? Buster Keaton has to be your first pick. You know, Byron saddled 4 runners for Andre Nell during the week.
Right.
2 won, and the other 2 both ran a place. So Byron's got his stable on song.
Good form.
And
Porfirio came out and won IC
Yes, Porfirio franked that form. There's a horse having his 3rd run off the rest. Comes back to the 1200. But from the 3 draw, let's hope he can be a little bit closer to the pace this time around. But you can see he's ready to get it right now, Clyde. On that race, he does hold number 9 over, who's that? Winter Waves. But Winter Waves always runs an honest race and will be doing his best work late. Go to number 4, Purple Powerhouse. Now this is a bit of a jockey up. Richard Free from a neat draw. I'm sure.
Must have a big chance.
Sure he's got.
So that last start we ignore. What happened that last start?
Yeah, I don't know.
10th beaten 5. Ignore it.
I don't know. Wide draw on the poly track. I think he's better than that. But I think he'll run thereabouts. He's getting on with it, Claudia. I mean, he's a 7-year-old. So how consistent can you be at that age?
Yeah, fair enough.
But one that I think is going to improve and be a say is the 6-year-old Impartial. Number 5. The blinkers get removed. I thought in his penultimate start when he ran behind Porfirio, he was just doing too much over the 1400. I like the fact that Atendiwe takes the ride. He's got soft hands. Let's hope he can get this horse to settle in running and produce something at the finish. So I'm going to say the improver is number 5, Impartial. Buster Keaton, the clear-cut topic.
Okay. 3 ahead of 5 perhaps, but does appear to have a race on our hands here. Not easy. Well, let's work out what we're doing. We've got exactas figured out for you, and we want a box 3, 4, 5, and 9. Thanks, everybody. The weekend, hopefully a good one. Our deepest sympathy from Weighted to Win. Just a note on that, Barry Steenkamp, we believe, passed away. So deepest sympathy from the Betway Weighted to Win team on the latest news that Barry Steenkamp, who was a horse trainer out in Port Elizabeth for many, many years, and we've just learned that he passed away. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.